Hello everybody, I hope you are well. Well, today I'm going to be changing the differential oil in my Jaguar XJS V12. So this is why I'm doing it. On the garage floor here, I have evidence of oil leaking from where I parked the car. So I resealed the diff and changed the output shaft seals when I refurbished the rear suspension quite a while back, and ever since I've been getting some drips on the floor just here. This polystyrene I just keep under where the diff is located when I park the car in the garage, just so I can keep track of the leak visually, like this. So yeah, this greenish stuff just here, it doesn't look it, but it is slightly tinged green. It is diff oil. So today I want to drain what's in there, measure it and see what I've lost, because it's kind of hard to tell just from seeing drips on the ground how serious the problem is. I want to check the condition of the oil that's removed for metal particles, etc., and any evidence of wear. Have a good look around, see if I can tell exactly where it's leaking from, and then my plan is, unless I discover any total horror stories, to refill with a slightly thicker oil. So this here is the oil I used when I refilled the diff last time. This is Fuchs Titan Race Gear 90. It's an SAE 90 grade, suitable for limited slip diffs like you have in the XJS. This is actually quite a thin oil. So this is an SAE 90 grade, so it's not a variable viscosity oil. So it's 90 grade cold, and when it gets hot, it thins out quite a lot. And I think that's my issue. I think this oil is essentially too lightweight for the differential, and potentially it's just leaking slightly because of that. So I'm going to be fitting today this oil here. This is Castrol Transmax limited slip. This is a 75 weight 140, so it's slightly thinner at cold temperatures, but it should be much thicker when the car's up to operating temperatures. I think that is when my diff is weeping. So you saw the footage of the ground of the garage where there's some drips. That only seems to happen after I've been for a drive. So, you know, I go for a long drive, then I park it up, and then the next time I take it out, there'll be a few drips present. But the good thing is it doesn't seem to be actually leaking when the car's being driven. You can see on this kind of piece of the bodywork here, and looking back along the boot floor and to the rear of the car here, there's no oil spotting or anything, which you'd expect to see. You know, if you're one of your seals was actively leaking when you drove along, you'd expect to see kind of oil splatters back here, but I can't really see any, which is good news. So I think it is it's potentially an issue that can be cured by running this factory fit heavier weight oil. The reason I went for this one initially was that on the XJS here, the output pinions to the diff actually form the upper wishbone via this link here to the wheel. So consequently the bearings in here are under a lot more force compared with normal differential bearings, and they're only kind of lubricated via the splashing of the oil as the car kind of goes side to side and the oil sloshes around inside. So that was my theory for running a slightly more lightweight oil, is that the oil would get into those bearings and potentially prolong their life. But yeah, it seems to be dripping slightly past a seal somewhere, so I think I'm just going to go with the OEM recommendation now of this thicker weight oil. Right, I've got the car jacked up now, so let's just scoot underneath and take a look at what we're doing. So here's the the IRS assembly in the Jaguar XJS. You can see mine's nice and shiny because I removed it from the car and replaced lots of components on it. So when I did that, I didn't completely rebuild the differential, but I did replace the bearings in the output shafts on each end of the diff, and I also resealed the back cover and cleared the breather and replaced the O-rings and things around there. But yeah, I do have this slight diff oil weep, as you can see. So yeah, my plan today is to drain the fluid from here. Well, first of all, I'm going to remove this plate because it's sort of in the way. I can't really access the fill port on the back, so we'll quickly whip this off. It's just those small bolts and nuts, and yeah, we'll have a good look around and see if we can see where the oil was coming from. Right, I have the lower plate removed. It's just there, as you can see, lots of detritus on it because of the oil leaking. There's all the nuts and bolts. It's a pretty trivial thing to remove if you've got new nuts and you're using an impact gun like this. So let's take a look and see if we can see where the oil is leaking from. So you can see it's kind of on this ledge here and on the one at the front there. You can see a bit just there, look. That's going to come out, but the fluid I used was green, so thankfully it's nice and easy to see. But let's look at the passenger side output shaft. So if the bearing's leaking in there, there's a little passageway it flows down and kind of collects on the bottom of the diff. But that actually looks, I'm just going to scooch underneath, that looks pretty good. Possibly a tiny bit in there, but nothing major. Let's look at the back of the diff. Aha, I don't know if you can see that. Let me just zoom in. So that there in the centre of the screen is the diff vent, and I can see definite fluid leaking from that. See, that's wet just there in the centre of the screen. So that's interesting. It could be that I overfilled the diff, or potentially my theory about it being too thin a fluid is correct and it's just kind of frothing up and coming out of the vent up there. So, okay, we've got one leak there. I can't really tell if there's any leaks around the seal of the diff itself, but I'm going to assume there aren't really. I can't see any evidence up there. So let's look at the passenger side here in the UK. Output shaft seal. So that is a bit moist around there. You see behind the brake disc. The oil won't actually get onto the brake disc. It kind of collects and runs out of a little hole onto the diff. But yeah, I think there is a slight weep to either the seal between the output shaft bearing assembly and the diff case, or the seal itself. You know, it's possible that when I put that seal in, I nicked it or something. So okay, we've got a tiny leak there. Let's just go to the front and take a look at the input shaft. That all looks okay. So yeah, I think we've got two leaks, but yeah, I think the main one is this one at the back here, the vent tube right at the top there. So that's good in a way. You're probably wondering whether me fitting this thicker weight oil to solve this problem is a bit of a hack, and I shouldn't just remove this diff entirely and have it rebuilt and all the seals replaced. I mean, yeah, in theory, that's potentially the best way forward, potentially because we've got, especially because we've got the leaking output shaft seal on that side, a slight weep there. But to be honest, I have no real appetite to do that. And because I fitted this thinner oil, I'm hoping that has essentially exacerbated any potential leak points. So putting the thicker oil in there might just cure things. I'm particularly encouraged that it's coming out of the vent tube, actually, because that does point towards either the main cause being this thinner oil, or potentially I might have overfilled it. I think I filled it with 1.6 litres, something like that, when I filled it originally. So yeah, potentially that's it. But okay, we've had a good look around it. So what I'm going to do now is loosen the fill port just in there, just in the centre of the screen there. We'll loosen that, loosen the drain port, drain out what's in there, measure it, see how much we have. Then I'm going to be using PTFE tape. So that's this stuff just here. I'm using PTFE tape on those two fittings to secure them, and I'm going to be refilling it with this large oil syringe. It's about the easiest way I can think of to get the oil up in there, because it's not too great of access. So I'm going to do that, then I'll give it a good clean with brake cleaner, clean the plate, and we should be done. So let's see how much fluid we can remove. Alright, it's almost finished draining, as you can see. So yeah, we'll take a look at the fluid, but it looks like there is quite a lot still in there. I did make one mistake when I rebuilt it. I did the fill plug, that's this one, up far too tightly, and I could barely get this undone. It's a standard square drive, so just use this, 1/2-inch socket to undo it. But yeah, that was a real struggle. That was a mistake. Here's the drain plug. So that's just a 15mm 12 pointed socket. Will get this off. This one came out easily. I had a good look at the magnet. I've given it a wipe now, but there was nothing major on there. Little bit of fine, you know, material, but I did replace the output shaft bearings in this diff when I replaced those on each end, so that's kind of to be expected. So yeah, nothing concerning really. I'm just going to let this finish dripping, and then I'll measure the oil amount we managed to collect and just see if I can work out approximately how much we lost through those drips I've been seeing over the months. And yeah, we'll put the drain plug back in, and we will get this thing filled back up. So let's do it. Right, that's the drain plug back in. Approximately three rounds of PTFE tape on there. Here's the fill plug. I've got that ready to go with the PTFE. So yeah, I'm going to start filling. Right, so the diff is now full with new fluid. So you can see it all kind of poured out and pulled on this rag here, but yeah, it's full. I've got both the plugs in, so I'm just going to give this a clean now before I refit everything, particularly the lower plate, because that was nice and shiny when I fitted it. How much fluid did we use? So that one is completely empty, and that one has about 250 millilitres left. So 750 millilitres of this fluid has gone into the diff. I think that is about right. Bear in mind I'm not completely level here. I've got the rear of the car jacked up. But yeah, pretty good. So I'm just going to give everything a clean and get it all back together. Here is the condition of the stuff that came out. Yeah, it's a bit dark. But yeah, I think it's as expected really. This stuff went in a sort of dark green colour. But yeah, nothing obvious in there. I have measured it now, the amount that came out. Got it here in this milk bottle, but I did measure it properly. And yeah, it's just over 1.5 litres. So I think potentially this leaking that I saw was due to the fact I might have overfilled it. I've obviously not lost a huge amount. Those splashes that I saw on the garage floor, I wasn't sure if they were indicative of, you know, just what I could see that was leaking and it was losing a lot much more on the road. But yeah, I'm fairly confident now that there was still lots of oil in there. I was quite a long way from any sort of catastrophic failure. So we shall see what happens with this thicker oil and whether it stops this leaking. And we are done. Everything's done back up. Everything's cleaned and looking nice and shiny. Very good. Definitely get yourself an impact gun if you don't have one. It makes putting this on a breeze. So yeah, that's it really. I'm just going to be monitoring these plugs obviously for leaking for the next few 100 miles just to check they're tight enough. I made sure I didn't over tighten the one in the back cover this time, so I just kind of gently nipped it up. Likewise the one in the bottom that goes straight into the cast iron, you know, you don't want to crack that because that would be game over for your diff. So yeah, pretty good all in. I think this took a couple of hours. By far the least enjoyable bit of it is using this syringe, you know, to put the oil back into the diff. The main pain with it is you have to keep everything clean. You know, this has a tendency to leak oil everywhere, but then you can't allow bits to go on it because when you put it into the diff, you might transfer those bits inside. So yeah, keeping everything clean while you're doing this is a bit of a pain. So what's left to do is the cleanup. If you've never changed gearbox or diff oil before, be warned, it absolutely stinks. It's really horrible stuff and it seems to go everywhere. So I've got a bit of a job now cleaning all the tools so they don't smell forever. But yeah, thank you for watching. Please subscribe if you've enjoyed this video and you'd like to see more Jaguar XJS content. I did notice that I'm closing in on that 1,000 subscriber milestone, which is pretty cool. And please stay tuned for future videos. Now if you excuse me, I'm going to go and burn my clothes.